Peace, y'all. It is your girl Tay Faye coming at you again with another magical video. I hope that everybody is feeling well, doing swell, and doing everything you have to be doing for your healing journey. So today I want to get into a topic that I feel like is highly necessary for, people to hear. And what's so interesting in the times that we're living in is that since things are shifting into a different age and a new world and a more elevated frequency and a more spiritual frequency, right? Where everything can harmonize and come to a more balanced state, right? But to get to that balanced state, we have to have the scale do this. Weigh things out. We have to weigh things out. And a lot of people are going through that weighing out because there's a lot of people who are going through big decision makings. And that's why a lot of people are going through divorces and going through marriages and going through new jobs and leaving their jobs, getting fired, going through all these different things, the wars and all these other things, because the scales are balancing themselves out so that things can come back into harmony, right? Right now, we're in a time where everybody is putting out their opinions. Everybody is saying how they feel. Everybody is expressing themselves on a level because people feel comfortable now too, because everybody is shifting into a new version of themselves. So that's why a lot of people feel like they can speak up more, they can express themselves more, they can put out information. A lot of people also are being more followers. So you will see a lot of people who claim to be leaders, and then you'll see people following them because they don't really have a deeper understanding of what path they should be on, right? You have a lot of people that are stuck in their ways that aren't releasing a lot of different things. So they feel like they need a savior in some way. They feel like, they never really understood what path they should be on. So they'll find these gurus or find these spiritual teachers or find all these different spiritual retreats and things like that they will start to go to. And they'll put all this dependency for their spiritual journeys into these people's hands. And that comes to my point today. This spiritual journey is a journey of self. It's a journey of self. This spiritual journey is a journey of self. I will say it again one more time for the people in the back. Hello. Yes, this journey is a journey of self. It is not a journey where you have to follow anyone. Remember how I said in one of my last videos that we all have an individual map that we are given, right? And that doesn't go to say that there aren't people who you can learn from on this journey. If you ever played a video game like I don't even want to pretend like I know certain video games, but there are certain video games where they have certain worlds, right? And you are that character and you have to go, you have a destination, you have a goal for the video game. You have a problem that you're solving, if it's to save the world or whatever the case, right? Even if you're a superhero, whatever the case, right? And you will meet people on your way to your goal, on your path, right? You will meet people who will either confuse you on your path or who will either help you get to your destination. And you will know who these people are. And as I keep repeating, everybody is not for your journey. Everybody is not for your journey. Now, the people that you come into contact with, and that you meet, and even people who take you off your journey are for your journey because they help you learn how to get through obstacles. They help you learn how to get through battles. They help you, they challenge your mind in a way to help you have a deeper understanding of your path and why you even in the first place are going to this path, and why in the first place you want to save the world, and why in the first place you want to get to this destination. It's because these people will come into your path and they will remind you Like, oh shit, when you meet that beast, that one beast, then you gotta fight him. You got your swords or whatever. You might be Zelda or whoever. And you are fighting off these beasts. And these beasts are there to challenge you. And once you fight them and eliminate them, you get all these gold stars and you continue your path. But those gold stars are knowledge, forms of knowledge. When I tell y'all the art of letting go is, man, like really detaching from your beliefs, really detaching from certain thought patterns. And I mean, truly detaching from pain that you have been through, the traumas that you have been through, the people who put you through them, releasing all of it, because that is what keeps you in a dense state. That's what keeps you in a trapped mindset, and it limits you on your path. It blocks you. You will keep running into roadblocks, and you'll keep feeling like you got to turn around because you can't go that way. You can't remove those blockages that are standing in front of you because you haven't learned how to release. And a lot of those blockages are illusions. They're illusions. They're not real. They're not real. If you know how to remove the roadblock, you can still go on that path. It's not limited for you to continue on that journey. But somebody put a sign there telling you that this path, this road was closed off. Somebody put their own beliefs in your mindset so that they can limit you from exploring more of this world, of who you are. And when I say this world, I don't just mean the world we're in now. I mean everything, this whole vast cosmos. When you limit yourself here in the physical, you limit yourself in the spiritual as well. You limit how much you learn, how much you take in, how much you expand, because you can't release certain thoughts. And and why I'm making this video is because there are so many different teachers who are coming on, or people who claim to be teachers, spiritual teachers, who are coming online telling you to do X, Y, Z, and the third, and it's not leading you into a place of self, because you look at these people like they're your saviors, and like you're supposed to follow them, and that you're supposed to be guided by every word that they say, instead of you taking it in and you just applying it in your own way. But that is the biggest thing for me right now, is expansion, is being able to expand within myself. And the only way that you can expand within yourself is by letting go and releasing certain beliefs, releasing certain emotions, certain thought patterns that you have. Because when you're able to release this, you're able to really expand within yourself. It's basically like you're cleansing out the space. You're cleansing out your space and you're making it more sacred. And when you're able to do that, you can allow things that will help raise the vibration of that sacred space, who will appreciate that sacred space, who will praise that sacred space because they see the abundance of it. They see how worthy it is and how comfortable and how peaceful it is. When you can treat your space and your mind, your mentality, everything, mind, body, spirit, because that is what your space is. When you can treat these things with love, with attention, and being able to not be attached to certain ways, to certain emotions, holding on to certain things that keep you in a lower state, because that's a part of it. It's not about how much you fail. It's about how much you keep getting back up and you keep moving forward. It's about momentum. You could fall a bunch of times, but if you're able to get back up and keep walking, that is what makes you powerful. When you could keep the momentum, when you can keep allowing yourself to push through and move forward through things that may put you down. When you say, nah, this is an illusion. I'm not going to hold on to this. I'm not going to hold on to this way of thinking. Then you create so much power and so much more energy within who you are. And you have that energy. The more energy you have to feed to yourself, the more energy you're allowed to feed to others. Right? Without their energy affecting you. Because you know how to block energy off. And I don't mean block energy off to where you hold on to certain things. I mean block energy off to where if somebody is projecting a certain emotion or a certain energetic whatever to you, you know how to say, put up a shield. And be like, pew, pew. It's just going to bounce off of your shield back onto them. You don't need to say any magic spells or do any reverse spells. Because you're an automatic shield. Because you have put that work in for yourself, for your heart, for your soul journey. So you're going to start to see a lot more people coming out online who are going to create this certain image for themselves. Why I don't make videos every day or make consistent videos every day? Because I'm not doing YouTube. I'm not doing this to get clout. I'm not doing this to get money. I'm not. Would I like to make money from it? If I do in the process, cool. Because I know I'm putting that energy out there. Cool. But what I'm doing this for is because I know that I have been in a place to where I was stuck. Or at least I had the illusion that I was stuck. And I was able to pull myself out of that illusion by, listening to teachings. And like I said, there are a lot of teachings being put online right now, but you have to know how to use these teachings with your discretion and not follow everything or repeat everything or, feel like this is the right way. Take it all in, but then know how to discern it. Know how to still be like, okay, that was cool, but let me listen to what I have to say. And let me process that in a way that I have an understanding. Not a way that they're giving it to me, because you may look at it in a whole different perspective. You can literally, that's the thing about being a master student, is knowing that you can learn from everything, from the most, what you would consider ignorant, to the highest source of knowledge. Is being open to that and not limiting yourself in how you think. Because you're going to hear all these different things and you're going to feel like you have to judge everybody else's journey and what they're on. People will get onto a spiritual journey and feel like they're better than everybody else because of what they're studying or whatever work they're putting themselves, and still be feeding the ego. Still be feeding the ego. Because now they have created a certain image for themselves and everybody is bowing down to them like they're a god. I think that is hilarious, because true people who are truly working on themselves don't even have to say anything about it. Like true, I'm telling you, some of the most powerful people are the most quietest people, because you would never know. You would never know what they're going through. You will never know what's in their mind. You will never know their story. You will never know how they are at peace with themselves, because that's literally that. They have created peace for themselves and they don't have to tell people how they're doing it. They don't have to get approval from everybody else. Because truly in their heart, they know. They know. And there's nothing, everybody who knows a certain amount of knowledge doesn't have to share it. They don't. They don't. This is a solo journey. Yes, we all have some type of effect on each other. Yes, we all are connected in a way. But this is an individual journey. It's about you, not about me, not about he, she, they. It's about you. And it's not about, and I think that's what frustrates me so much about a lot of the different things that's going on in the world today. And, with the whole identity thing and whatever the case, I think it's just so interesting because, a lot of these people are trying to get approval from how everybody else is looking at them instead of caring more about how they feel about themselves. It's not about how other people are treating you. How do you treat you? Because people are going to base how you treat you off of, they're going to base how they treat you off of how you treat you. That's what people base off of. The energy that you carry is easily read, especially people who understand body language, the mind. Easily read. Easily, especially if you don't have, like I said, that spiritual shield or that spiritual cloak. Everybody has a mask, but a lot of the times you can see right through people's mask if you're on your spiritual journey and you know the psychology of the mind. Know yourself. Know what is right for you and your journey, not what is right for everybody else. Stop caring about what people think about you. Stop caring about how people look at you. Stop caring about if you're doing the right or wrong thing, because you're not doing the right or wrong thing. You are just doing what is necessary for you. Right? Whether that be right or wrong, you're going to learn whatever lessons is necessary. And like I said, you learn your lessons, you complete your cycles, you understand these cycles, you are aware of self, and you release. You don't attach to certain identities. You don't attach to certain relationships that you're in. I'm going to love you forever. Lies. Lies. It is possible. It is possible we can love each other forever, but, love the experience, not the physical body, not the flesh. Not the flesh. Love is so much more deeper than the physical. It is. It is. Everybody talking about finding a counterpart, finding the one, finding you can't find the one, baby, if you don't know yourself. You can't. You'll find people who are going to continuously remind you who you are and the things that you need to deal with. That's what you're going to do. You're going to keep running into people who need you to figure out you. And I had to realize that for my relationships. I just kept running into people who was helping me see my power. And now that I'm able to see my power and see what I provide and see what I can give, I'm able to attract more love, more genuine love. And I can discern from when people are genuine and when people are trying to play me. And trying to get what they want from me. I can discern that now due to my last relationship. And it's not about, because I always hear people be like, I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody. But it's so funny how now I keep hearing people say, and it could just be, of course, where I work at, but I look past the logic and I look at what spirit is speaking, because spirit speaks through other people. You know how many people come into my job, my place of work, and they tell me, I trust you. I trust you. And yeah, they may be talking about they trust me with the products, but I see it on a deeper level that is self saying you trust you. You trust self. A stranger trusting me, that's a lot. Because I sell products, right? I sell cannabis products. So whatever I give that a person is ingesting in their body or putting into their body, they trust me. That is some deep shit. Meaning people trust me on an internal level. I trust me. I am learning to trust my spirit. I am learning to trust my guides. I am learning to trust self, because I know that is what is important for my journey. Not nobody else's journey. It's not about anybody else. Because you're going to have a bunch of people who you connect with. Yes, you connect with them. And I'm even realizing about my spiritual relationships, how much boundaries I want to place on that. because I don't always want to talk about people's spiritual journeys and what they're going through and what they realize and all this other stuff, because it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Because yes, we can learn from each other. Yes, we can. We definitely can. And we can help each other elevate in a very healthy way when you have those healthy connections, right? And you have a balanced, healthy connection to where y'all not, in each other's space all the time, but you know how to connect and release. Connect and release. And you're not attached to that relationship. You know that you are learning from everybody, from your kids. Because there's a lot of adults who will not listen to their children. Your children are your teachers. Want to know why they're your teachers? Because they're you. They're literally you. That's you who you birth, teaching something about you, from their smallest behavior to their biggest behavior, from their smallest emotions to their biggest emotions. All that is you. Because you got to understand the brain and how the brain even works in the first place. It sees and it repeats. It sees and then it repeats. It feels. The body feels. So your connection to your kids, they're going off of you and who you are as a being. You and kids are even more connected to the spiritual realm. This girl came in here in my store the other day, and she said something that I will not forget. She said, and this is crazy, because this girl, if a black person was to see her, it was a Caucasian young female. If a black person was to see her, they'd be like, "Oh, you perpetrating, you this, you trying to act like you black, you trying to da 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 da," and not listen to nothing she says. They probably wouldn't even do it, because that's just what the mind goes and how society labels people, right? When it's not the case, because we all are products of our environment, in the sense of, when I say we're all products of our environment, I mean we take in what we are around and we learn from that. That's what that means. It doesn't mean you have to be what you have learned. You can change. Everybody has free will. We all have choices we can make. We can change. We don't have to be what our environment is. But she said her child was just sitting there. She was like, "Yeah, I don't like to call him bad, because children aren't bad, they're children." That shit resonated so much with me. I'm looking at her like, that's beautiful. She's like, "Yeah, because he's not bad. He's a kid. Children are going to be children." She said, "I like to call him wild. I don't like to call him bad. I like to call him wild, because he's just a child. He's just learning how to process his own emotions." And she didn't go into detail like that, but that's what she was alluding to. And I'm like, that's beautiful that this young woman can see that. She knows her child doesn't know what emotions are or how to process emotions, because that's what we all are learning. We all are internally. There's a lot of adults who are children, because they didn't learn how to process their emotions. So they are immature to how they respond to their environment, to how they react to things with anger. A lot of the times, especially us, with anger, because we haven't let go. We have not let go of how we feel like we can get things with our attitudes. We feel like we can get things with our, playing victim. We feel like these things will come, all these things will come to us, and we can get these things if we force our way to get it. We feel like we can intimidate people with our emotions by rolling our necks and yelling and screaming to scare somebody, interfering, into giving them what they want. That's where a lot of narcissistic behavior even stems from, because we all have a level of narcissism. We all have a level of narcissism. Everybody has some type of level of narcissism in them, because it only relates to you caring about you. And some people just don't, some people just will use that in a manipulative way. And it's how you use your narcissism, because some people know how to be narcissistic in a balanced way, and some people know how to be narcissistic in an overly narcissistic way, to where they manipulate people and they gaslight. And they do all these different things, but we all do in a certain way. We all manipulate each other in some way because we all are tools for each other's evolution. That's all we are. That's all this connection is. Tools. Yes, some tools are connected more than others. You know, your soulmate, you could be the screw. A person could be the screwdriver, right? And it's necessary. Y'all need each other, right? To thrive, to learn, to understand. But after the screw has screwed in, the screwdriver has screwed in the screw, the screw don't need it no more because it's in place. The screw don't need the screwdriver anymore because the screwdriver came and did what it needed to do to the screw. And it screwed that bitch in somewhere. Right? So having that understanding, having the understanding of letting go, releasing to what we think, what we feel like we know is right. We always feel like there's so many people I'm around who like, I'm right. And I realized that I've been trying to take in that mindset because that shit has been projected on me so much from my surroundings because I hang around a lot of people who can be condescending sometimes. And they'll be like, I'm right. I'm right. And it's like, you be right. I've learned to just let go and be like, you got it. Now, I also know how to be snarky and I know how to say so. Or and I'm learning even more so that you have to be the interviewer. You have to go deeper. If you really want to understand why a person does what they do, ask them questions. Ask them questions until you be a child. That's what an inner child is. Your inner child is learning to keep asking questions. Well, why? Why is it like that? Where'd you get that information from? Who told you that? Why do you feel that way? Why'd you say that? Well, what made you say that? If you hit people with questions that they wouldn't even see coming, then you literally throw off narcissistic behavior, condescending behavior, all that other bull. Because now you have held a mirror up to them, and now your questions, they have to think about it. And it's like, okay, well, why did I say that? Why did I do that? Why? So just coming to that understanding is, it's very valuable. And it's been valuable for me on my journey. And, I'm hoping it resonates with other people so that they can just release. Because for us, a lot of us in our spiritual journeys, I know speaking for me, that is one big thing that has been a continuous cycle is just the art of letting go. Because it's like we just hold on to stuff. And we have to let our mindsets be able to travel, be able to go to other worlds, be able to be in other worlds. And when I mean, like, when you go to, an Asian store or something like that, you're in another world. When you go to another country, you're in another world. That's a world. So it's just highly viable, and it's just important. So I thank y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for listening to this video. I might have a part 2 of this video. So just keep a lookout. Love y'all. Peace.